on the part of luck. Let that luck continue today.
Well, you can't will that to happen. I mean, Lady Luck may decide that I'm taking a break today or I'm swinging to the Cameroonian side today.
But the girls are not sleeping on the pitch. Let Cameroon be physical. We will play the ball in the field today.
You will be physical. You get physical.
You get physical with them. That's it. It's Nigeria against Cameroon. It's all your glory.
Let me quote the captain of the team, where she said, "The Cameroonians are physical, like us."
I mean,
we are not as physical
I heard
as the
that.
Cameroonians, both male and female. When it comes to playing against the Cameroonians, the Nigerian team is always very, very cautious. We withdraw into our shell until we get that determination to say, okay, we want to face them. But before you do that, the damages must have been done. But another thing I really want to point out is that the motivation for the female teams, I don't know why the Nigerian Football Federation, successive leadership of the NFF, they have not actually taken care of women's football in Nigeria, especially the national team. And the Football Falcons have actually achieved more than the Super Eagles. The Falcons went to the World Cup, qualified for the World Cup far back as 1991. And they've been in all the editions of the World Cup since 91 up to date. Up to date. They've been there and they've won the Nations Cup. Out of 11 editions, they've won 9 out of it. How many have we won, even in the male team? A lot of, achievement on the side of the women. The first Nigerian footballer to attain 100 caps was Morimadu. She was given an award yesterday. It's not Joseph Yobo, as it was widely touted before. Morimadu achieved 101 caps far back as 2009, and it's documented by FIFA. And it was that record that was extracted. Based on that, she was given an award, yesterday at the Nigeria Sports Award. And that's first time. Female, they've always done Nigeria proud. They've always done Nigeria proud. So I don't know why. When it comes to women's football, the motivation is not always there. That is when the NFL will say, we don't have funds. But for the male folks, you go out and you get the funds.
Are you sure it's just for the male? Remember our Olympics team?
Yeah.
It was the same problem. They were not paid. They didn't even have the national kits.
The Olympics was a case of mismanagement, because before then, funds were actually released to the team ahead of the All African Games, in 2015, preparing for the Olympics 2016. They got 2.9 billion to go to the All African Games. They start preparation for the Olympics in October 2015. But due to mismanagement, the minister was pushing it, the former Director General Alexander Yaput, they were pushing it to themselves. It was Bok, pushing. Bok passed it rather. Yeah. So that was why what happened at the Olympics actually happened in terms of funding. So basically, but for me, I so much believe, and is what I'm praying for the Super Falcons. But the NFF must try as much as possible to motivate these girls better. He was talking about the Falcons at the world stage. That position has always been there. We always do well on the African continent. What about the World Cup? The highest we've gone, getting to the quarterfinals at the USA 99 World Cup. And part of the achievement too, they've gotten to the quarterfinals of the World Cup. The Super Eagles, they've not gotten to the quarterfinals of the World Cup. They've not. The achievement is there on the side of the Super Falcons. Why not motivate these girls so that they will do better for us?
Motivation. Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like men, women in sports in Nigeria, doesn't look like either is getting that motivation, and it's important. People who are bringing laurels to the country, they do need to be appreciated. Well, they know that we appreciate them, because we are rooting for them all the time. Yeah. But the bodies that look after them seem to just shirk and slack all the time, not get them their allowances on time.
It's quite fortunate, because even ahead of the Olympics in Brazil, a lot of the top players went to the qualifiers using
on their own.
Yeah. And they qualified for the Olympics, and nothing was actually, no refund up till now, even for African championships after then. The table tennis team, went for the African championship. The players, they paid their way. We got there to the championship, the female teams event. Nigeria, they recorded the walkover. That was the first time in the history. First time.
This is not encouraging for young athletes.
Those other ones, aside from Funke Oshona, could actually pay away from Germany. The rest are based in Nigeria. So they don't have the money. Buy return tickets to a championship to represent Team Nigeria. And this was the period. This is the period now that we're talking about poor funding for football. And the NFF, they went to the floor of the National Assembly to seek for autonomy. You don't have money while you are still under the tutelage of the federal government funding your sport. Now you are asking for autonomy. So how do you want to survive? I listened to the argument of the former Director General of the National Sport Commission, Dr. Elmo Sedamu, asking the National Assembly to please continue. The federal government should continue to fund sport until the NFF are strong enough to go on their own.
Okay. Thank you very much for coming. Well, we do wish Nigeria all the best in tonight's match against Cameroon. Our female team is going to be playing, and of course we're hoping to bring home the cup.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Charles Abri and Dakbo Shotuminu.
Yes.
Both sports analysts. Thank you very much. I just find that name a tongue twister. Thank you very much. Sunrise will be right back, and Janet will be here when we get back.